The Congress government in Himachal Pradesh announced its decision last Friday to revert to the old pension scheme with immediate effect. Remember, it was the Congress party's promise in the election manifesto that if it was elected to power, the pledge to scrap the new pension system and adopt the old pension scheme would be redeemed in the very first cabinet meeting itself. Yes, the Congress won the election. But that was more than a month ago. But that time only the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister took oath. The cabinet formation got delayed due to intense faction fighting within the party. It took almost 4 weeks for the party high command to put together a council of ministers. That was done last Sunday, 8th January. The cabinet met subsequently for the first time on 13th January, and that is the day it formally adopted the resolution to implement the old pension scheme with effect from the current financial year. Yes, the Congress can now claim credit that it has kept its word given to voters during the elections. But the question is, in the process of fulfilling its current electoral pledge, isn't the Congress government driving the state to future financial bankruptcy? The Congress knows very well that the Himachal government will have to spend 80% of its tax revenue when it switches to the old pension scheme. Is it a wise step to further pamper an already privileged section of the society? Isn't it just to garner a secure vote base? It's for all to see that the government employees garner a major, in fact, disproportionate share of the government resources. That's why government jobs are so lucrative. The salary of even the lowest paid government employee is much higher than the official per capita income of the state. If the government offers more goodies to those who are already well endowed, it can do so only by diverting taxpayers' money from the poorer sections of the society who need the government support the most. Himachal government clearly will not be left with much money to spend on creating the basic facilities for which a government exists. Basic facilities such as schools and hospitals. What does an average citizen expect from the government? Good schools and good hospitals. But what do they get? Government schools where a class 5 student does not even learn what sum you would get if you multiply 2 into 3. And what kind of government hospitals they get? The government hospitals where they go only to die. What is this terrible state for? Because the government does not have enough money to provide resources to create well-equipped and well-manned schools and hospitals. Where does the money go? Most of it goes for providing salaries and pensions to government employees. Anyway, the government employees are entitled to the best medical care in the private sector. That may cost a fortune, but why bother? The state, in other words, the common man and the common woman, the poor taxpayer who has no option but go to the killer government hospitals, end up paying for the plush private hospital bills of every government employee. Look at that striking irony. The government functionaries don't need government hospitals because their private hospital bills are taken care of. It is the common people who are not in government roles, who are the majority of the population. They go to government hospitals and they go there to die. This is their destiny. The government's almost entire resources go to paying the salaries of the current government employees and pension of the retired government employees. Isn't this unfair and unjust? Why should the common man pay for the security of life of only the government employees? It's time a political party mobilizes the common people in the states where the governments have gone over to the old pension scheme. States like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Punjab and now Himachal Pradesh. The party must tell the people in general, the poor people, to demand, yes, you want a pension scheme, have a pension scheme for all the residents of the state. At least the 80% of the state at the lowest rung of the economic ladder, they must get the pension amount that accrues to the government employee. Give them the pension that is due to the lowest slab of the government, the class 4 employee. Yes, that itself, the pension given to a class 4 employee, would bring great sense of security for millions of poor people. It's a fight for the benefit of 80%. The 20% don't need the government attention. And if this pension scheme happens, it would undo the present unjust system of catering to the future security of only the government employees. We need a system that benefits the needy sections of the society and lifts out those who can fend for themselves. The privileged government servants can certainly take care of themselves. Don't you think so?